Hi, I'm Miss Gilzo again, going to take you through a tour of the deer heart. So first we're going to start with the outside of the heart, and you'll notice that I have it laying so the anterior surface is facing you. And some of the things I want you to notice about the outside of the heart is these little guys right here that look like ear flaps almost. Those are the atria, and notice how the walls of the atria are very thin and flappy compared to the muscular walls of the ventricles. So this is the right atrium, this is the right ventricle, this is the left atrium, and this big beefy boy right here, that is the left ventricle. Some of the other things you can notice about the outside of the heart is that it has got a shiny membrane on it. That's the epicardium or the visceral pericardium. They kind of go by the same name. It's a membrane to help protect the heart. Around it is another tougher sac called the pericardial sac, which was removed, so I don't have that visible right now. Along the surface of the heart here, you see these big blood vessels that run along the surface. That's the coronary artery, and it brings oxygenated blood to the heart muscle itself to allow that muscle to work continuously. It also needs oxygen and blood. Then this vessel right here, coming out of the right ventricle. So if I put my finger in there and move it around, you can see that it goes to the right ventricle. That's the pulmonary artery, and it branches and goes to the right and to the left to the lungs. The right lung over here, the left lung over here. The other major vessel you can see in this specimen is behind or posterior to the pulmonary artery. It's this one right here. And if I put my finger in that and move it around, you can see that the left ventricle is moving. And so that one is the aorta. And this strong, thick-walled vesicle, you can see the wall is very thick. It is the blood vessel that carries oxygenated blood to the entire body. So it comes up and arches, and then there are branches that go off to the head. And then there's a descending branch that goes down behind the heart to serve the lower body in humans and the rear end of the deer. So that's kind of the exterior of the heart, the epicardium, the coronary artery. Parallel to it is the cardiac vein. You can see there's little branches of blood vessels that branch off of that main artery to service all of the different areas on the surface of the heart. And if we look at the back side of the heart, you can also see there is an artery and a vein there as well. All of the, and this one was destroyed, I think, during the hunting of this deer, but this was the superior vena cava, or on a four-legged creature, we call it the precava because they don't stand upright. And this goes into the aorta, but it kind of has become a big hole. But that allows you to see on the inside of the atrium. And that's what the inside of an atrium looks like. So now what I'm going to do, and this is something that normally you guys would do, is I'm going to make a coronal slice around the outside edge of the heart, around the ventricles, and then I'm going to have to slice up the middle to cut through the septum of the heart so that we can see the inside. Inside, you may find clots of blood that have congealed there. I tried to rinse it out the best I could, but there's very likely some residual clots of blood, which is no big deal. So I cut through it, and you can't lift it up because there's a septum down the middle. So now I'm going to cut through that septum so that we can see the inside of the heart. And I can open it like a clamshell. So, like I said, there's that congealed blood right here that we can kind of pull out of the way maybe, so that we can see a little better what we're looking at. Okay, so this over here is the right ventricle. So that's this part over here. And then there's the septum, which is the wall between the ventricles. And then we have the left ventricle over here. So there's a couple of things I want to point out here. This is the heart muscle itself. And if you could feel it, you would feel that it is slightly rougher in texture than the outside, which has that membrane, or the inside. The inside has endothelium, and it is super, super slippery to allow the minimum amount of friction as blood passes through the heart. So it's really neat to feel how slippery and slick it is on the inside, even compared to the outside, but especially compared to like the myocardium, which is the muscle of the heart. Inside these, I would like you to notice that there are valves. These are the little flaps of tissue right here that separate the atrium from the ventricle. So they're called AV valves or atrioventricular valves. The one on the right side of the heart is called the tricuspid. The one on the left side of the heart is called the bicuspid. And you can see the remnant of that right over here. It's a kind of thin membrane, and it acts like a door that closes to prevent blood from traveling backwards whenever the heart squeezes and then relaxes. Guiding those valves, not closing them because that's sheerly water pressure, but guiding them are these little strings called chordae tendineae, which mean little tiny tendons. And they are very strong. You'll notice that even just holding up one, I can lift the entire heart from one chordae tendineae, which is right there. And there's several of them attached to this same valve. And so there's some on the tricuspid valve over here, as well as on the bicuspid valve on this side as well. And this muscle right here that attaches from the chordae tendineae to the wall of the heart, that's called a papillary muscle. This one is kind of big and separated, but often they look like just bumps on the inside of the heart. Like this is a papillary muscle, and that's a papillary muscle at the root of one of the chordae tendineae. You can also notice that the ventricles are much thicker in the walls than the little flappy atria are. This wall is pretty thin. That's because these are your pumping chambers. The right side of the heart pumps blood through the pulmonary artery, which is this guy, to the lungs. Well, that doesn't have to pump very far because the lungs are the neighbors to the heart. On this side, though, we have very thick walls. Look at how thick that muscle is right there. That's because this chamber has to generate the force to pump blood through the aorta, which is back here, to the entire body. And so that's why this wall over here on the left side is much thicker than the wall on the right side over here. The last thing I want to do is show to you that the pulmonary artery does indeed go into the right ventricle. You can see my finger emerge into the area of the right ventricle when I put it in through the pulmonary artery. If I go over here to the aorta, which is behind it, and I push down into there, you'll notice that my finger comes through on the left side of the heart, or the left ventricle. And so that is the tour of the heart. I hope you learned a lot.